shepherd up, it's time to see a duo of fun and mystery. They're zany, they're brainy, and sometimes uncanny. With antics so wild, they'll tickle your fanny. They're magic, they're tragic, they're terribly funny. A mix of the dark and the sweetly sunny. With hijinks and twists and a laugh galore, they'll leave you in stitches and wanting more. Adventure, surprise, and a dazzling flair. With every new turn, you'll wanna be there. It's the show that'll glow and make you beam. So sit right down, it's the perfect team. Karrie Annn, brain fog, and critters galore. The zaniest crew to leave you wanting more. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Look at those.
I was too tired to change my background.
I think we're both tired today. I expect this is going to be a short show. My
Yeah,
prep
that's
was my prep was not as significant as last week.
I'm always watching like political videos on the way home when I at home, and it's like none of it is penetrated except for the fact that he lies like a madman. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Listening to him on the way home just making up stats. Just
Yeah. Yeah. They're winning. They're doing all the winning.
No, they're not. I will not, I refuse to believe that.
They are losing in federal court. A court
Yes,
ruled that some of the firings were
I could.
uh hey Papa Cat, hi, good vibes. Some of the firings were illegal.
Mm-hmm. Talking about
So
even wanting to do the whole, like rehiring them all.
um the fired probationary workers have to be reinstated.
Right. And then they said something. I was listening to Midas on the way home. I actually made a
Mhm.
queue. I've learned how to do that. So,
Oh yes, that's very handy.
especially when you're driving, because, on the way home, it happened in both directions today to San Francisco and from San Francisco. I had chat waiting. So the minute I had you guys on my list, I flew in both directions. So
Nice.
that's why it's like I can't do the talkie thing yet on the phone on the car. So, but it will tell me that you guys have texted me. So
Oh, nice. So you've got the tech working for you.
at least I'm telling me you guys are texting me, which is great. But like I said, the minute I find out, traffic is gone and I'm flying through everything.
Right. So responding isn't the easiest.
Yeah, driving home from the city at 4:30 on a Thursday was just weird. So I think I made it in 20 minutes.
That's great.
That's weird. So,
Just
yeah,
accept it. It's a bonus.
I know, I do. I've got the window open because we have sun because that storm yesterday was crazy. Oh
We
my God.
had marble size hail come through
Oh my God.
and it blanketed the ground. It looked like we'd gotten a quarter inch of snow
That could kill you.
everywhere. It was intense.
Yeah, I have to talk to my dad to make sure my uncle's okay. He's the one who slipped last year on the driveway.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, didn't break anything as far as I know, but it's like he's ex-Coast Guard, so he thinks he can handle all kinds of water.
Let me see if I can let Orion free and he won't run around like a barking beast.
He is a sausage dog, don't they all? Actually, doesn't every,
Leave it.
purebred dog is just a beast? Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam. Yes, it is Adam. How are you doing? I was just about to ask the crowd what their favorite story this week is so far. Anybody have a favorite story this week?
Everybody's probably in the same mood I am. I think the Tesla dealership yesterday was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait until we are back on our feet. Just at least being able to wear dress casual instead of floppies and a t-shirt, because that's what it feels like. It's like, oh, we're,
Yes.
we're going to do whatever we want at the White House, and we're going to prop up Felon. I love that name for him. And, because supposedly they did that because Felon was mad, or Felon was upset that they didn't like his Teslas anymore. But I heard this morning that the Teslas are the collateral for Twitter.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, if Tesla goes down, that means they're going to call on the loan immediately. So whichever place gave him the money to buy Twitter, they'll take Twitter back. And I'm never calling it X. So
That's interesting. Well, he's
mm-hmm.
lost over 100 billion. Over 100 billion. Adam says his favorite story is Portugal canceling the F-35. Yes,
Ooh.
this is a big deal. It's something I mean, I've heard it mentioned, but here's the thing. With Europe relying on America for their defense, who do you think that Europe was buying most of its defense products
I
from?
thought that was I thought that was a given that it was us. I thought in a weird
Yeah,
way for some
it
reason.
was. But you know what? Europe is going, ah,
Hmm.
bye-bye. We're going to self-fund. We're going to invest in our own defense programs. And Portugal canceling the F-35. I hope I'm thinking about the right thing, Adam. I may be talking about out my ear and Adam means something different, but it's still a thing that's going on.
No, he
Yeah.
means the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So the defense industry employs Americans, and
That
we
is
don't need all the production that we're currently producing, which means if Europe cancels their orders, yeah.
more unemployed. And if I figure it out, that's probably our only real industry here now, since China's gotten, the chip thing going or the AI thing going, is military stuff.
Uh-huh. It's not the only one, but it's a big one.
A
You
really
have to
big
enter lurker mode, Dawn. Okay.
one.
Holler if your brain engages.
Yes.
But I understand it has been once again a day.
Fab Daddy, yes.
Fab
Uh,
Daddy, absolutely.
one of the guys I was watching this evening, I can't remember, Brian Taylor or something, he was saying,
Brian Taylor Cohen,
wait till the suburban moms find out about that tariff.
200% tariff on European wine.
Well, he said champagne. Do you know that champagne only comes from Champagne in France? That's it.
Right.
Everything else
Otherwise,
is
it's
sparkling wine.
sparkling wine.
Yeah. So it's like,
Exactly.
ew.
I'll have to look into that, Adam. That's really interesting. Portugal is also a great example of how fascism falls. The Carnation Revolution is an inspiration.
Ah,
Now, I
um,
have heard that Chuck Schumer has reported he's going to vote for the continuing resolution
which
on the
means
budget
budget now?
for the Senate.
You mean
Republicans, he's going to vote yes on that bill. It's great again. Yes, it is, Fab Daddy. We are doing great again. Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
not a huge deal to shut down?
Oh, it's a huge deal. He's got
No,
some good points.
I mean, I grew up with budget fights constantly. I grew up where we did have, a week or two or three sometimes where, because dad's in the government, it's like, um, it's like they're listening to propaganda channel. They shouldn't be. It's not a monster seal to let the budget slide for a couple of days. It really isn't. I grew up with it.
I'm I'm not happy, Adam, to see this level of blinking. That old guy yesterday, yeah, that was a good one. I've got a video to show that. Hold on just a second.
Which old guy
I got a
yesterday?
video right now to show that. No,
Um,
this is the wrong. Yep. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay. I had to skip the ad. Hold on. And I'll share the screen. Yes, Dawn, I'm not thrilled. So did you hear about this brain fog? You got to listen close. We will do it. We will do it more than once.
I recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Did you catch that?
Oh no, it was actually a couple of days ago. Yeah. No, I like the tirade from the person afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get to that.
Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr.
I'm
Chairman,
sorry.
could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman?
The
Would you
standard-
repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I mean, I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You
hearing.
will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
There we go. And
Well, there you
that
go.
is the way to handle it.
And he said today we don't talk about trans. It's only election years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of his bull today. The whole talking in front of the NATO general and just like going on his usual tirade, but talking in front of the head of NATO. So, and going off on his Greenland and Canada thing, and that poor guy. Didn't see him because I was driving home, but I could just picture the look on that guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he's like, NATO will help us get Greenland, won't they? And the guy's probably like, hell no. So.
Yeah.
I could be a better president. That's the ridiculous part, is that anybody could be a better president than him right now.
No. No. I wouldn't want David Miscavige.
Or Elon. Yeah. No, you know what I mean though.
Sorry, remainders of that cough are
Yeah.
definitely there.
Yeah.
It's like 75% better.
I figured if you were like alive today. So,
Yeah, this morning I did not. I mean, yesterday and Tuesday was like, it was a downward trend that if it had continued, I was concerned. Even last night, I didn't sound great. So I'm
yeah, but
sure you can hear the gravelly in my voice, but
at least it's not measles.
so apparently,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Kennedy has suggested that getting measles is good for you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me find
Oh,
it. Hold on.
Brady Bunch. Somebody played the clip on the way home
What's
about,
that?
Brady Bunch when Bobby got measles. It was like, the spots and it showed. And you know what? We had different freaking systems in the 60s.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like, no, people are dying from it now because their bodies aren't used to being bombarded with illness. Oh yeah, I saw that one, Fab Daddy. At least they're taking people out of Guantanamo finally.
Where did I see it? Hold on.
So yeah, no, it's like I was thinking about that too, watching the Brady Bunch thing about when Bobby gets the measles, and it's like my brothers had the measles, but I didn't have them, and it's dangerous now because we don't drink bad water. We don't eat chicken that's 2 days old. It's like we don't have any of these antibodies to even fight anything in us.
Well, and measles, I mean, measles was never a no big deal, right? It was it was never a no big deal.
It was in my world, I guess because you got measles and the chicken pox, period. And
Oh,
I didn't get chicken pox until I was 23. So
yeah, see, that's too old to be getting chicken pox. That's dangerous.
it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. How does he
Today's
feel about consumption, Dawn? Exactly.
TV's coming back too. So that's why I tease about why don't we, when are we getting the plague? So,
Deportation of college students with a green card.
hmm
Now, my understanding is that it is within the Secretary of State's rights, the rights of the Secretary of State to do what's being done. It's not illegal,
no.
but it should be really concerning to people.
Well, it's
Really
amoral.
concerning. It's immoral. Yes.
And they don't care because they have no moral. Let's face it. I still will never
It's
understand why they need more money. Why? They all have, if you put all of their things together, all of us could be rich. But why do they need more money?
I I I cannot figure out what the end goal actually is. And Adam, you're right. Measles is highly contagious. Like,
That's why everybody got
you
it.
can catch measles something like 2 hours later if somebody's been in an elevator with measles. It's insane. And yes, also get your frickin'
Yes,
shingles vax. I've had shingles.
I have
You don't
to.
want to have shingles.
No. Yeah, I have to schedule that one. I'll probably do it my next doctor appointment.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Epid-
I do know how to say this word.
Oh, you do?
Epidemiological consumption and no economic consumption. Apparently, I heard somewhere that the shoe companies are having problems in laying people's off because
What?
nobody's shopping.
Right. I go to Amazon, I pick out a bunch of stuff, and then I close it and never touch it again.
Yep.
So that's the way I've been doing for everything. That's why my eyeliner is screwed up because I went to Ulta and went, nah, and then closed it.
Well, but eyeliner is an important thing.
Like I don't have a million of them. Well, actually, I
Huh.
don't know. But yeah, it's like you don't have any incentive. Target's bitching and moaning because they're losing money. Everybody should be losing money. They all need to know what we're going through, basically. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but Balloon actually put down the Wall Street Journal today. Not, and I mean he put it down. So is Murdoch going to finally turn?
Sorry, I'm having to cough up a lung here and there. Is Murdoch going to finally respond?
Or turn on him, you know?
I mean, I don't know. Chuck Schumer is rolling over in the Senate for a Republican budget.
Pretty much shows that they're all vain.
What's that?
And said it pretty much shows that they're all vain. They're all doing this because it gets them bad press.
I I mean, he's got some points. It doesn't serve a shutdown doesn't serve anybody, but it it slow and steady accommodation doesn't serve anybody either.
Nope.
And the
Like I
market
said,
has continued to drift lower.
well, like I said, when my dad would think that the budget was going to be a pain in the butt, he saved money for it. So, or we had, made sure we had everything for it. And
Right.
that's the thing. They just keep saying, well, if you shut the budget down, nobody's going to survive. It's like, no, you know what? People who are used to it will be fine
Yeah,
because
but
they're used to it.
it hasn't happened, and to be fair, we're laying off people left and right. We're cutting jobs willy-nilly. Uh yes, I can run one tonight, Dawn.
Ah,
Dawn's being a nurse.
yes, she is. So yeah,
Um
no, I mean, everybody's vain. Everybody wants to stay in the Senate or the House. They all want to basically do what Dianne Feinstein did was basically die in office. And it's not going to happen anymore. Younger people
mhm.
need to be brought in, period.
Well, but younger people are going to have to step up.
Well, the younger ones are, in a
Oh, do we
way.
want to look at the Fort Knox video?
Oh God. I didn't even know if they went or not. It was such a minuscule thing in my head. I forgot that they were going to do that. What did they think they're paper mache bars there or something? They're going to find Al
I
Capone's vault.
They want an audit. Where's the Oh, I don't. If somebody's got a video about that, send it to me and I will show it, but I'm not coming up with one here on the fly.
I just keep shaking my head. It's like, it's bad enough that we're being run by a uh, immigrant who wasn't born here, whose father owned an emerald mine, which is one of the most disgusting things in the world, and they supported apartheid. What
Did you
the
did
hell?
you read the tweet he reposted today?
Not unless one of the guys showed it. What was it? Because I don't go. I have my throwaway account at Twitter, but I can't go there.
It was truly an excretion. He essentially said that the mustache man from the 40s and
Oh,
the other mustache man from the 40s
wow.
and the chairman of the Communist Party in the
Mm-hmm.
40s
Mm-hmm.
didn't actually kill people. They're, what did he say? They're, the government workers did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I got nothing. That one.
Just absorb that for a moment. Those folks didn't kill anybody. The government workers did.
I get it. I get it. It's not his fault this shit's happening right now. It's the government workers' fault, or it's the people who work fault. It's not his fault. That's what he's trying to do.
Furthermore, they're getting rid of the government workers because that's what we need to be afraid of the government workers for. Adam, we can stick Elvis on that. He'll go get rid of those planters.
Ah. If the 30-day ceasefire is is the one that Putin said no to,
I'm not sure if he said yes to that. I
I was
mean,
going to say, I heard something today that he said no.
I heard mixed things. I saw
Ah,
reporting that said yes, and I saw reporting that said no. I think there was a yes, but yeah, it's the union, not the union boss. Exactly.
well, the tanker that ran into the ship earlier this week that nobody's talking about was done by a Russian and Putin didn't mind. That was an
The
act of war.
tanker that ran into a ship.
Yeah, I can't remember where it was. There was a big like ship um accident and I can't see, you don't even know where it is, but you haven't even heard of it.
The captain of the ship that hit the North Sea tanker is a Russian.
Right.
Cargo ship crash.
And Putin sort of went, there you go. So, because somebody called it out this morning and said the crash that nobody's talking about is basically an act of war because Putin didn't say anything negative towards him.
Wow.
I know, isn't that one? It was just like 7 minutes. That's all it takes. And they're pretty much saying that Putin's the one who's got his finger on the button or can do the button thing because everything else is so screwed up. He could just be mad once and hit it. So, welcome
To
to
be
the 80s.
fair, the fact that NATO is looking crickety and America is doing this decline thing, Putin is less concerned about NATO as a possible threat. Small
What
favors? I don't know that that's a favor.
what was the NATO guy doing in the Oval Office today? He's already said doesn't want anything to do with it.
I don't know. That I
Is,
don't know about.
is
Putin
he
wants
just another
security. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is he just another wussy liberal who wants things to work? That's supposedly what we are now.
Well, I mean, Trump's insisting that Europe foot their fair share of the bargain, not realizing how much Europe was footing.
More than us. He switched it around. 350 billion to us, 100 something billion to them. I don't know what the real numbers are, but they weren't that. That's why it was like that's why I got to hear about the whole Oval Office thing because he basically lied through the whole thing.
Wow.
Hmm. And see, that's what I don't understand. This time he is so blatant, it's ridiculous, and nobody's saying anything.
No, in fact, people are going along with it.
Hmm. We're
Well, the book on high control groups, pardon me just a moment.
that cough
It's all the
reminds me.
talking. It's all the talking.
That cough reminds me of my mom's. She did pass from
Uh,
COPD. So
COPD, it's the whole congested. Yeah.
yeah, she had a
Um,
33 lung capacity when she died. So that cough makes
remind
me
me what was I was saying.
um definitely going to take down Old Tifa and start putting brain fog because it's be the Old Tifa channel.
Right.
Yeah, the day when there's a panel that I'm not included in, I'll probably cry, but I'll be like, it's for a good reason.
Yeah, if you guys want to remind us what we were talking about, I had a sentence I was going to say. In the North Sea,
Yeah, that's where the collision was. Adam, we all would, darling, but that
that's the trending. I think that's the trending.
what securities or oh, I'm sorry, the TV's behind. To sign a peace accord?
US and Putin to sign a peace accord and Ukraine and Europe to ignore it because why why wouldn't they?
That's interesting. I didn't think about that because he still puts down Xi every chance he gets. He's always putting down China. So, um,
You're
that's okay,
fine,
cricket.
Cricket.
Which is
We've
weird
been
because
doing fine.
if you ask me, China is actually scarier than Russia, if you ask me, because they're a lot better militarily.
Maybe.
We also don't know what China is doing. We can at least know what Russia is doing more or less. But, there's still stuff going on in China, like their concentration camps that are right now. So
Yes. We have
that
better eyes on Russia. I would concur. But, again, how much of that information is going directly back into the hands of Russians right now? I'm not confident that the we're we're not sharing intelligence where it oughtn't be
right.
shared.
We should have gotten rid of him when he had the private meeting with the Russian people, period. That's when it should just ended. you know, and it's just too many people just going, I just want it to go get over, it'll get over with. It's like when we hit a depression and our dollar is not worth a dollar, it's worth a dime. Is that when they finally get mad? Does Bezos finally get mad because Amazon's dropped subscriptions had dropped at his newspapers? It's like, when?
They are true believers. There is no end game. The they're like Scientologists. The goal is the thing. Like they don't they're not engaging in clearing the planet. They're not engaging in the thing that they say they're doing. They're engaging in appearing to do the thing that they say they're doing for the moral high ground.
Hmm. I think if they lose was it 2/3 of their fortunes, they might actually get a little mad.
One would think, but that hasn't, I mean, Elon's not seeming to be too upset currently.
I want to see when Felon changes because if he loses enough money, I bet you he jumps.
You think so?
He's a nerd. He's a tech nerd. And that's what the other two tech nerds are, or that's what's his name, is that they were never liked, they were always teased, blah, blah, blah. So and supposedly Felon did cry in the Oval Office, and that's why it happened. Well, if he's crying and none of them are sticking up for him, it's probably the orange balloon probably did it because nobody else would do it, and it's a last ditch. So if people are still hating on his Teslas and it's making his company die, I bet he'll do something because he doesn't have a base. He doesn't have morals. He'll find out that being president isn't as much fun as he thought it would be, and he'll jump. Maybe he'll leave the country. I doubt if he'll come back to our side, but I have a feeling he won't go down with the ship.
Adam, yeah, where is it? I'll have what she's having. Exactly. We're going to
Oh,
hit a chaos tipping point. I mean, I think we're beyond the chaos tipping point. We are just catching up. Things are moving so fast that we don't even realize the cars hit us yet, and our face is about to go through the windshield, right? Like, I think that's what's going on.
I think when it really starts affecting the quote unquote middle class, then it will start happening. But nobody's complaining, nobody is starving, people aren't putting things out right now. So that's why it's not happening. Everybody is still leave me with my computer and my microwave oven. And as long as, these things are still happening, I still see people on the street. I still see fancy cars. It's like nobody's hiding. There isn't anything that you can see being done that's missing yet. I'm really aware of that because of COVID, because I was on the road on COVID uh, every day. So it's not, the chaos hasn't reached even urban areas. It hasn't reached there yet. So,
Yeah, that's Adam saying no, the chaos hasn't even started yet.
and it should have. That's the thing. It should have.
The chaos tipping point is still on the horizon. The car will hit us and drag us. This can get a whole lot worse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, Dawn. Hugs, honey.
Oh, yeah, totally. Go to
Go
sleep.
sleep. Go sleep. You need your sleep and your rest. Go do
Yeah.
that. Sleep
I mean,
well.
we're only doing an hour anyway, for once. I'm not going to let her go past an hour. So she needs her sleep.
I have good news.
And
I have completed, in my opinion, all but one of the requirements for my cumulative project.
yay.
And the one is just updating a few things on the website to the new completed versions of them. Hold on, my AirPods are whining at me.
That's why I have it on my computer. I would have fun trying to find my headphones. I do have ones that clip on here. They're just, I wouldn't trust them if I can hear it through. As long as I'm not bouncing, I don't care.
So class is almost done for this quarter.
How do
And then
you feel about the student loan thing? I mean, you're a
I don't,
student, so
so I don't, but I'm going to have student loan repayment. And what my understanding is that they've taken down the income-based repayment portal, so you can't even sign up for it.
oh, that Department of
Um,
Education?
right.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, seems to me they're prompting mass layoffs. People can't get logged into unemployment. They can't get confirmation that they've been terminated.
Which means they can't get unemployment if they've not been confirmedly terminated.
Right. So it's people aren't going to have jobs. It's going to be a mess. So I don't know how they expect people to pay more than income-based repayment when they don't when they
They don't have one.
right. Right. So it's going to be unpleasant. Let's see, what else do we have on the list?
I was going to say, if Dawn is right, we can still fix things before we get to chaos. If you think about it. So someone, we're always assuming now that it's all going to go to hell and we're going to hit a depression, which is just so weird to even fathom when a year ago it was like, the world is great. It's so strange.
Well, they did. I mean, the administration said they were going to cancel the Social Security call-in line. And did I understand correctly that they backed off on that?
I think they did this morning because they were talking about how hard it was. I didn't hear them talk about if they backed out, but I heard them talk about it going, it getting easier again. So they must have backed off on it. So, um, yeah, because beef was it just I guess even yesterday it was taking an hour to get anywhere. And that is just weird. Before you go and spend another 3 hours somewhere else.
Right.
So
Well, and older people don't know how to use the internet well enough to sign up on the internet, so they need that call-in line. So it's problematic. Adam, I agree. We've passed the point of no return.
I think we can still fix it. I really do. When people finally get into the streets, then I'll believe it because people are still just acting like it's nothing. I still see people, driving through the financial district every day. I see people and I just sort of look at them. Nobody looks scared yet. And
Well,
when
that's what I mean. The little girl is in front of the car and nobody looks scared, right? So the chances there comes a point of no return where there's not any pulling her out from in front of the car. There's no saving the baby at some point, and I think we've hit that point.
I don't think so. I think I'm the unicorn here on this one. I
Okay.
think we can still fix it, but I sincerely, I believe you're right. I just don't want to. I'm still staring
I
at the
see.
car.
I can hear you. I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
They're
Um,
also closing Social Security field offices. Of course they are. And that affects people on SSDI.
mm-hmm.
It affects disabled people. Oh, this one you're going to love. Did you see
What?
this? Hold on, let me find it.
It's probably a yes. The BFF tries to tell me the latest thing, and it's like, yes, I've seen it. I know.
I have to see if I can share it because um Chrome doesn't like me to share things that aren't in Chrome.
Uh,
There it
uh,
is.
yeah, we could have a payment crisis, and maybe it's just like the people who aren't part of the 1%. Maybe it's people in the 10% that might start saying this needs to stop. We'll see. Oh, woke, yeah. Let me see if I can see it on the big screen.
Says President Trump seeks to purge the federal government of woke initiatives Agencies have flagged hundreds of words to limit or avoid, according to a compilation of government documents. Accessible, activism, Latinx, orientation, person-centered care, disability, disabilities,
Privileged.
cultural differences, cultural competence, confirmation bias, racial justice, sense of belonging,
Gender ideology.
pregnant person, pregnant people.
Well, that's why I said the the back privilege. It's like, oh, so you don't want to admit that you guys have privilege.
Right, right.
And oh, the Gulf of Mexico. I just want him to put a piece of a foam brick in his mouth and shut the hell up about, Gulf of America. Oh, it's not important, you fool. But what is the percentage of us going into 2025? What last week was 13%? What is it this year or this week? That's what it all boils down to. All of the women being stuck in their houses, all of the men. I don't think modern man could put up with the amount of work they used to have to do to make their world,
The
normal.
way it was.
Yeah, it's like, uh, I if it really did happen, I bet you men would be like, no, in about 2 years, because it'd be too hard.
Yeah, person-centered care. Yes, Cricket. Person-centered care. Culture. I'm particularly salty about cultural competence, cultural sensitivity, culturally responsive,
What the hell does that
disabled,
mean?
biologically female,
Oh yeah, the biologically gender. Yeah, that one's just weird too.
accessible, accessible. Yeah, do you guys want this link?
Yes, put it up.
Hold on. I need to drop it into the stream.
This is the thing for me is I don't know how this man works. Don't know how they're doing whatever they're doing to get him to do this. I mean, he's got the avoiding Russia thing down pat. So I'm not necessarily thinking he's losing his mind anymore. I'm
I'm
starting to
not
think
certain.
I think he's starting to play the game because now he's going deaf. Now what'd you say? So he's been very lucid the past few days. So whatever they have him on is working. But how is what do they have on him or what have they told him to do this? That's what drives me the craziest the most is why? I can't figure it out.
On this list is females, men who have sex with men, mental health,
No women who have sex with women?
sexuality, socioeconomic status.
Supposedly we don't have statuses or levels here of elitism in the United States. We will soon. Native American?
Yep, Native American. Oppression, oppressive, orientation,
What? Native.
underserved.
Okay, fine. I'll start calling
Women,
myself First Nation. Fuck that. I'll
you're
start
not
doing.
supposed to use female or women or females.
We can't have more than one female.
No, you can't use female or females or women. I bet you can use girls though,
Ugh. Ew.
or
Ew.
broads,
Yep.
chicks.
The C word.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You know, female dogs. Yeah.
I would expect those about culture, but person-centered care has been a standard in this country for years, well any before any of this bullshit started. Cricket, everything is political. Oh, political isn't allowed. Polarization isn't allowed. Pollution isn't allowed.
Pollution?
No,
We've been talking about pollution since like the 30s.
pronoun isn't allowed. They got a lot that's not allowed. Can you guys hear him barking?
It's okay.
Okay,
I can
I
have
can make
babies
it stop.
screaming in my ear and it doesn't bother me. But the Native American one is really interesting. Like I said, I'm just going to start going Canadian then. First Nation. That's what they call them. I like it.
Um, First Nations is allowed.
Is or isn't?
It is. It's
Yeah.
not on the list.
Because he's not bright enough to think of Canada except for a state.
Well, and you know what's funny about, hold on just a sec, I'll be right back. You know
Yeah.
what's funny about having Canada as the 51st state, don't you?
There'd be more liberals to win our side back.
Yeah, the Republicans would never win another election.
Yeah. So that's also what makes me go, why aren't they saying anything? I mean, Project 2025 cannot be this important as you tear down the country at the same time because the rich people are going to lose all their money too.
They really try to move on Canada, that could be the end of this craziness. Great. How about Greenland? You think that'll end the craziness? Oh my goodness gracious.
That was the thing.
Canada, the 51st state.
The NATO guy today was the former prime minister of whoever has Greenland,
Denmark?
Denmark, or something like that. Yeah. So it was like with him talking about Greenland to the guy that used to be the guy in that took care of Greenland was really weird. So
Oh, that must have been interesting to watch. I didn't see that today. I didn't see that today.
and now for something completely different. The last thing JD Vance did, I guess yesterday, he was wearing a lot of eyeliner, big time. The I Had It girls had it on in their blurb. They do a blurb every day, and one of something to make you laugh was seeing uh drag Vance in a lot of eyeliner for real. It was weird.
So, Don, I do have one thing that we can do to make a difference. It's a small little thing, but it's a thing that Jamie Raskin suggested. If you're already gone, no hugs, dear.
Yeah.
So, this is having to do with Doge's access to your personal information and the privacy ruling that was made just recently about people having a right to their understanding of what Doge is using their personal information for. And so this is a form letter saying, I want any of this information that you've shared.
Right.
So come on, buddy.
And
So I will drop the link. Raskin says, please do this. How much of a difference it'll make? I don't know.
well, if we have to send it by mail, that would be good because then you could like flood the office.
Yes, you have to send it by mail.
And Adam, no, that was the Secretary General of NATO. So that was who he was meeting today. So Um, because I was going to say no, that he kept saying that's why I called him the NATO guy because I couldn't figure, Secretary General, Surgeon, who knows. So, he did meet with them today, and that's when he said all those hideously stupid things. So, but like I said, maybe it's all a distraction for Project 2025, which isn't going to help either because it's going to wipe out, the middle class.
Hmm.
So, because if you want, it's basically the white version of wearing a burqa
Right.
and wearing the full blown blue one. They want us stupid, pregnant. I'm not useful anymore. I'm too old to be useful now. And I don't know what they do to old ladies.
I'm
But yeah,
not sure. Well, oh, I wonder, can we say lady? Yes, we can say lady. We just
good.
can't say women or females.
What? Nah.
So give them your information so they don't know about it. Let me drop the link for how he explains it, Fab
Yeah,
Daddy.
and you can't go by me because, like I've always said, I've had a chip in my head since I was 12. So, because my dad worked for the government his whole working career. So it's like I don't have an innate fear of knowing what I am or what I do. But
Right.
that's a family trait. My brother doesn't, the husband doesn't, because we figure we're all in the, relative database of the three-letter acronyms.
Yes. So here is the link for why Jamie Raskin says this is a useful and important thing. Let me find the place to drop it. We can say, hey, lady.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady. Yeah, you can say, hey, lady, ma'am, grandmaidens. And that's what Adam's saying. They still have to meet with him. We'll see how long. I mean,
You mean the formal behind the door meeting? Okay.
yes.
Well, wouldn't
Yeah,
that have been done before the press conference?
but I mean, they're still going to have to interact with each other, Trump and
I mean, if you
NATO.
ask me, there's no way to talk to the man who brought up um that NATO's going to help him get Greenland.
Yeah. And with that,
Are we done?
we are at an hour.
Yes. Okay. Yes, we're done because Carrie Ann doesn't feel well. Maybe
And
if
because I think it's a lot to like dive in. I don't know how you
every
guys are doing with it, but it's a lot to dive in deep to these stories.
I usually start watching Charlotte Dobre about 8 o'clock, and that takes care of it. But yeah, I'm pretty in this, and the BFF is. So I've learned to take it constantly now because I just figure we lived through the Reagan era, which was when they closed the crazy houses. So that wasn't very much fun. And I was very political then. So to me, this is just a dumb version of Reagan.
Well, I'd take Reagan any day.
I know that's the pathetic part.
Yep.
Ugh. And if
Adam,
we didn't have Reagan, my brother would be safe. But no, they don't have crazy houses anymore. My brother is schizophrenic. So
right.
the Bernie Waltz tour is a good sign. I know. Now we just have to make sure that Bernie can let go and not want to be
Bernie can let
VP
go. Bernie can let go.
and not want to be VP.
I
That,
don't know that Bernie's a good VP for Walls.
well, I know, but you never, I mean, come on. Just as like everybody else, Bernie is good at the charisma thing. So, um, They just have to convince him not to do it, to just be Secretary of State or something.
Something. He can
Yeah,
have an appointed position.
right.
Yes,
Because even
exactly.
he knows he can't be president, but he probably could be VP. So,
The chaos is coming.
I mean,
Bernie doesn't want to be VP. I don't even
good,
think, yeah,
good.
yeah.
I have not started watching him because he still makes me angry. Uh, from Hillary. I admit it now. I admit I never said anything about it, but I do now. It's like, um, and I'm glad he's too old to be president now. So I'll start listening to him. He is sounding very,
Reasonable?
yeah.
Yeah.
I like him getting into a lather. It doesn't turn into some kind of cussing contest, you know.
Or hating contest?
Yeah, or hating contest, go figure.
Yeah.
Since we don't
Yeah.
seem to be able to get rid of that in our world right now. We have an alternate
Well,
universe besides Oldtifa. Telling people who may listen.
The any universe seems to reflect the outie universe somehow.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
you're right.
Yeah. It's just a reflection of what's going on in the outside world. That's all.
That's why you're getting the degree, dear.
Okay, y'all. Hugs and hugs. Thanks for stopping by.
I'll see you
We
guys
will see
tomorrow
y'all next week. Brain Fog will see you tomorrow.
for the alternate universe. So,
And I will be on Sunday.
mhm.
Okay.